Don here. Okay, back with another live stream. And let me check. Well, let's wait till it gets to the voice part. I'm still doing the intro over there on my preview. Okay, now let me check it. Okay, that's working. Now, what I'm going to do is a little more adjustment on my audio delay on my SM58. And if need be, I'll put some on the lapel mic too. Because I've been watching my videos, and they're way better than they used to be. Most of the time. Sometimes this cameras get really off sync, from the audio. Still, a while ago, I had it opened up. I was getting ready, and I check. Usually, what I do is record a video and then watch it back. But this time, I'm doing that part live. Is what I'm saying. But anyway, I'll look through everything in the preview. But the preview is not always what you get when you record. So. Anyway, this time I want to do the adjustments on the live video so that I can, I can look over here at my preview on my laptop and see if I'm getting what I think I'm getting. Because, I read something on one of the OBS website forums saying that the preview in OBS Studio does not actually show in real time your adjustments to your audio delay. So, see, my video is behind. I've got the SM58 set to 120 milliseconds delay on the audio. I haven't got any on the lapel coming from Cam 3. I call them. That's what I just call them. They're phones, But so let me see. Let me just go through each camera, and we'll have something to compare to. So now I'm on Cam 1, so I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, see, it seems just a little behind, and I think maybe I can do better. Camera 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it seems a little more behind. Now, if I can get camera 1 pretty good, that'll be, well, that's actually the one that's aiming at me, so that's the one where you see my mouth off, and all that, so, not matching the words. So that's the one that's going to go by for sure. Okay, now 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's not terrible, but like I said, I hope I can get it better. 1 in desktop. I'm not going to count down on that one. 2 in desktop. I have the endoscope going over here. Going to be using that in my video here in a minute, and I'll just wave and make sure it's not gone wacky. I don't know if I finished my sentence a while ago. When I first opened up OBS today, I was frozen. Camera 1 was frozen. And so I was like, what can I do? And I thought, well, maybe if I just close OBS and open it back up, it'll straighten out. And sure enough, it did. Because I tried going to different scenes, and that didn't help. Sometimes that helps, like going to the desktop. But I'm on the desktop now. Let's see my video I'm making, my backup video. And my resource usage. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and let's just do the changes on the mic, on this mic. And then I'll do the lapel next. Usually I just go straight to the lapel. Okay, so the way you do this, let's see, okay. The way you do this, I'm on desktop. And, okay, now, what you do is you click on get on the mic, the input that you want to change. And see, there's also, it's muted right now, but that one's showing, so I can do it there too. Actually, I think that little gear icon will get you to all of them, I think. But we'll do it. We're going to click on the gears, and now don't just go to properties. There's different things you can do in here, but don't just go to properties. Go to advanced audio properties. I missed that ever since I built this Fedora 28 system. I knew I set it up in Fedora 23, and then when I exported my profiles and then imported them in here, and I lost some settings, and that was one of the ones. But you can also select how many tracks. Now I'm actually only using, from what I remember. Actually, I'm not sure, but that was defaulted, I think, and I just left it. But I'm really only using, it's just a stereo sound card in this computer, so I think in OBS, track 1 may be stereo, and track 2 may be stereo. But if it's not, then I might have did that. I can't remember. But anyway, to be safe, I've got track 1 and 2, and I don't know why 3 and 4 is selected and not 5 and 6. I think that was defaulted. But anyway, I'm really not sure. I can't remember. I figured it out at one point, I think. But what I need, but anyway, I'm blank. anyway, that's just the way. That's the way it is in mine. Of course, if you open yours up, it's different. Then you'll know. You'll know. Uh, you'll know the answer to what I'm wondering about right now. Okay, so here's how I have it set. I don't have any delay, and you can do panning. I'm not going to do that, but and the volume on them, I want them all at 100. So then I set everything, leave everything at 100 in here in OBS, and then set all the inputs to the volume we want. Now, desktop audio, well, the thing is, it varies. Like my intro music is just recorded quieter than my exit music, so it's louder, and I'm just living with that because it's not that much difference. Actually, it's a heavier guitar sound at the end anyway, so it should be louder. So it's really pretty appropriate. And you only have one setting for desktop audio. Actually, that wouldn't be the audio you would set. That would be anything you do on your desktop, including watching videos or whatever. The input for my music is, I think they have their own audio settings. I'll look at that maybe. But yeah, because I remember I used to try to match them up, and then got tired. I think they kept getting moved. I think they kept moving themselves, or I moved them by accident or something, and I quit fooling with it. I put everything on 100 in OBS. It's just the way I do it. And then I do my inputs, I get my inputs because the main thing is your input on your sound card on your computer. If you overdrive that, you're going to get distortion. If it's too low, then you're going to have to gain it a lot in the other programs, and you're going to get noise, background noise and stuff. So I try to get everything. There's so many variables. I've got on my SM58. I've got the Behringer mixer, the Behringer preamp with the effects, and then the input adjustment on the computers. The pulse audio input on the computer. It uses ALSA and pulse audio to do the sound. Which is, see right now you can see that microphone, sound preferences. Normally you just see the little speaker for the, either one will take you to, well, let's see, that sound preferences there. Let's see, that should open up. There we go. Now that is the, let's go to the input. Now see, that's where it is. And I haven't touched that in a long time, and I'm using line in. Now let's see. As long as it stays there and doesn't move itself, everything's good, And if it moves itself, I'll hear the difference. That's one of the reasons why I do and I'll tell you, they do move themselves sometimes. I think what happens is if you overdrive the input, it will automatically adjust. Yeah, because either one of those is the same. But you can see the signal there, and you see it's doesn't look very loud. But that if you get anywhere near 100%, well, actually that 100% is the adjustments, the signal level. You really don't know where you are. It'll go all the way to over here. I've seen it, but anyway, it's so easy to distort with digital inputs. When you're doing, I learned on analog. I used to make sound for bands and record. I had a reel-to-reel cassette deck. I had 2 of them when I was a kid before cassettes were invented, or they came out to the public. I found out they were invented like in the 50s or something. And I was born in '56, but. Anyway, when they were available at Radio Shack and I got my first cassette deck recorder, I was 10 or 12 or something. So anyway, until about '98 is when I started learning to use digital recording on computers. And of course, I got lucky and got in just as it was really beginning to become a big deal, and learned as it came out, as the stuff came out again, still. So I'm at 120 milliseconds, and I just realized while I was rambling on here, well, actually, I can do it this way, but the problem is I can't. I was going to look. It actually doesn't matter, though, does it? Oh, I have to be seeing the camera to do my countdown and see if it's working. That's the thing. So I'm going to this is what I'm going to do, but I'm going to switch to my camera 1 and do it in there. Now you won't be able to see the desktop. Well, here's how I did it last time. I can do 1 in desktop. Will that work just the same? That couldn't throw off the results. Yeah, let's don't do that this time. I think I may have done that last time, but I want to be as accurate as I can be. So, and if you're you're doing a camera and the desktop, then that's going to change how that delay happens. And what what I really notice the most is, like right now, you may be able to see that my mouth doesn't match, and my movements are maybe, you might be able to tell they're a little behind. You could probably really tell my mouth doesn't match. It didn't look like a bad cartoon from back when I was growing up, but or bad movies and videos from when I was growing up. You used to see, you could always tell when they were overdubbing because the mouth and what they were saying didn't really match, you know. But anyway, I want to get here on. I want to get in the same place and get into advanced properties, and trying to put it somewhere where, trying to put it somewhere where it won't, where it's not in my way. Okay, here we go. Okay, now, I think I just know that I can finish my countdown and then see my thumb come up afterwards, so, or my last finger or whatever. 120, I worked my way up to that, so I'm going to say 140. That'd be 10. Yeah, let's do. I don't want to go too much at a time. If I do too much at a time, then and I think you need to click like in another spot to get it to take effect. We'll see. When you do it like that by typing, and let's just do it that way with the adjuster, and then maybe it'll be all right. Okay, now I'm going to do my countdown, and then I'll listen to it on my my laptop. Because there's enough delay, as long as it takes to get to YouTube and then come back to me, there's just enough delay for me to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that didn't seem any different. I may have to close the. It shouldn't, but I'm going to close the setting and see if it changes it any. Okay, let's try that countdown again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So that didn't seem to make a lot of difference. It doesn't look any different to me. But I know that it's so easy to overdo it, so I'm still not going to go too far. Oh. Do I have to close OBS to get that to work? You know what? I think I had to, I think the last time it didn't take effect until I closed OBS and opened it back up. That's right. And I was able to close it and hurry up and open it back up without losing my stream. It just like made a jump cut is what happened. You know, it lost it briefly, but YouTube keeps on waiting for your stream to come back if there is a loss like that, and which is convenient actually. Let's see. So so yeah, I'm just guessing here. If I go too far, it'll be. I'm going to leave it at that. It's really hard to guess. I've forgotten about that. I was thinking I could just do it live. I may end up having to just make this be a demonstration and then go and do it, you know, because I don't want to have to keep on opening and closing OBS. Let me see. Let's see if it looks any. The last time, you know, I said that I read about it not showing up in the preview, but that could have been an old. I think that was in a 2017 post. It could have been old enough that they've actually added that feature, because I swear it looked like it was working to me when I was doing it, because I forgot about it and I was watching intently at my preview. Let me do one more countdown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go watch it over there again one more time. Well, I couldn't hear it. Something went wrong in my preview. Oh, I think I ended up, it might have reloaded itself. I saw that it was trying to, it was doing the load thing, and I forgot to. I saw it happening while I was talking, and then I forgot to. Okay, so let me go ahead and give it 20 more, 160, 40, 50, 60. Okay, 160, and I'm going to close it, hoping that'll make it take effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. doesn't look like it changed any. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to close OBS to get that to happen. So, let's switch over to the wireless mic. Well, I'm not going to be able to tell, am I? Let's see. I'll go ahead and do that anyway. The wireless is closer, but it is a little off, so it might could use a little delay. So yeah, let's switch to the wireless. Get over here and switch to the wireless. And what is it? There's two things muted in there. Oh, when I do my switch, I see two things muted for a moment, and then it's not anymore. So I don't know what's going on there. It throws me off, making me think something's wrong. Okay. Okay. Wireless. Wireless. Both on. Okay, now they're both on. We'll mute the SM58. Now let's kind of look around the system. Still making our video, our backup video. Resources are good. So we'll do a countdown on. I'll go ahead and move this mic so that it doesn't look like I'm talking on it, and we'll do a countdown on here, and then we'll just go one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Talking on it, and we'll do a countdown on here, and then we'll just go one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boy, that looked right on the preview of the. I forgot to do camera 2 while I was there a while ago, but. Oh, it wouldn't. Yeah, well, I can come. The setting is global to all scenes. Yeah, you see, that's for the SM58 mic, and this one, if I were to do it, would be for the input on. I think I can actually show that on the desktop here. Yeah, audio cam 3. So I mean, actually, like I showed you a while ago, you can pick any of them that you want from that same. You don't have to be in the particular scene. If you click advanced audio settings, you get your mic, your desktop, and I don't actually know how come that one shows up, audio cam 3, but it does. That's to desktop. Let's see. Okay, now maybe that's all the scenes that you're looking at. Yeah, I guess that's because it's in your scene. Audio cam 3, desktop audio. Yeah, there's another one in cam 1. There's a coming from cam 2, I think, or something. It's got an IP address instead of a name. So yeah. So let me go through and just do a countdown. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that was cam 2. Cams 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to watch them back each time this time. And we should be good. I haven't even done a test, so sometimes I get things out of whack. You know, I use my, and that was cam 1 in desktop, cam 2 in desktop, endoscope. Put my hand up there, endoscope in cam 1, endoscope in cam 2. Okay. And let's go back to the SM58. And okay, now we're back on the SM58. Now I'll play the music out and go. Well, this time it's a live video, so I'm going to go restart OBS Studio, and then I'll see. I guess I'll have to do this again to be able to tell. I was going to say I'll go back into doing my regular videos that I'm wanting to do today, but I guess in order to tell, I will have to. Well, I can just record one and watch it back. We'll see. Well, since I'm doing all this, I may make a results video, I guess. Yeah, because if I don't, you won't see what the changes did. Okay. So I'm going to go. Oh, yeah, I can. Oh, yeah, I don't have to go. I just remembered. I can close OBS, open it back up, and it should, actually the stream won't end if I get it back up within about a minute. So, well, I'll do the music out just to that gives you, you know what's going on. So do the music out, and then I'll restart OBS, and it'll come back in a minute. Okay, Dawn back again. I don't know if it picked back up yet on the, I see the, okay, now I see myself. There we go. Okay, so it worked. Now let's see, we'll just a countdown here after the changes, and we're at a 160 millisecond delay on the SM58. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to watch it back. Okay. Hard to tell if I made any change. I have to watch. That's why I did several, 2, 3, 4 more videos before I did any more changes. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's on cam 2. That seems a lot more behind. See, it changes. Okay. Now this time we'll go ahead and switch to the wireless again, and get out of the extra mic. Okay, now we'll get on cam 1 again, and we'll just check those 2. Give it a little enough time to finish the switch. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, that just seems about as right on as you could get it with the wireless cameras. Okay, now I forgot to move the SM58, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I forgot to move the SM58. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, camera 2 seems a little slower at reacting, but it seems okay. I'm afraid to go any further than that right now. It may, and I don't like to take forever to fix things. I've fought with this ever since I started streaming with my wireless cameras, and well, the phones, and I don't have any other cameras, so I don't really, well, except for some really old webcams, and they're really bad and low quality, so I don't really have much other choice, unless I could, get to work and buy fancy cameras or something. So I've decided that with all the many factors and the causing a delay between the audio and video in streaming wirelessly, and by the way, I am streaming okay, the SM58. I'm moving it around. The SM58 is wired straight to the computer. The lapel is on phone, what I call phone 3, and then camera 1 is up there, camera 2 is behind me, and they're on 2 video streams and a separate audio stream. That actually works better, is what I'm trying to say. That I've tried it, having the audio and video being streamed from the same camera. I thought it might be more in sync, but it actually gets worse, and I think it's because it's probably a combination of things. More bandwidth coming through. I think that's the main thing, is more bandwidth coming through that Wi-Fi adapter on that phone. They're just not that fast. They generally, I have seen them as high as 72 megabits for a little bit there, but last time I checked them, they were 65, but other times I've checked them, they were 15 or 20 or 35 or something. So they fluctuate a lot. And I think that's one of the biggest factors right there, because my routers, my D-Link that I'm using right now is capable of 1200 megabits, even more than a little bit more than the gigabit wired. That it's also wired, gigabit wired. So there we go. I'm going to leave it at that and go on to bigger and better things, hopefully, and hopefully it'll work well enough that it won't be. Man, some of my videos were so bad lately. When it got so bad, I mention again, I guess, how I finally figured out how to fix it. Well, I'm using VLC video streams, and then a separate VLC audio stream coming from the cameras with an app called IP Webcam. I pick it up in OBS Studio. It's made to do that. So, once I figured all that out, it really worked well. I have never found a way to just use the VLC app, the Video LAN app, to make a stream. You can watch anything just pretty much like you can on a desktop on the phones, but I haven't found a way to make a stream with it. Now, I know you could probably do it in the command line, but that would be hard. so I don't want to even try to fool with that. I mean, well, I think I might have taken, I don't know, I had some terminal apps on my phones at one time. I don't know if they're still on there anyway. Ran out of space and had to take things off. But what was I going to say? I was going to try to show what I did that finally straightened it out. Oh, it's in the VLC streams themselves. Okay, so if I get in one, for instance, camera 1 and desktop, then you'll be able to see. I'll be able to show you. Okay, so here's my video stream. Now if I right click on it and say go to properties, regular properties this time. Wait. Oh yeah, right there. Always play even when not visible. There's two other options: stop when not visible, restart when visible. That's what I was using because I thought that it would cause that stream never stopping would fill up my memory, and I think it used to when I first started a couple of years ago when I first started using OBS Studio. I think it did do that. And then the other one would be pause when not visible, unpause when visible. The only time anybody would probably want to use that is if you want to play a little bit of a video, and then talk for a bit, and then play some more of that same video. That would be all that would be useful for. But this is what stopped it getting such randomly. Sometimes it was okay, sometimes it was horribly behind, and sometimes your video feed would just freeze. It would be in like super slow motion. It wasn't frozen completely. So anyway, I'm going to hit cancel on that before I mess things up. And I'm going to go for now and come back in a minute and do my regular video, which is I'm going to start backing up files again on my new 8 terabyte drive. May have to straighten some things out first, but anyway, I'll be back in a little while.